What is that? Web client, who's that? HTTPS, I don't know who's that. Do I admit US02? What is that? All right, I hope there's a student. All right, so as I said, last day we started to look at quadratics, and we looked at how to factorize. I'm just going over that, and then I'll just run through the solving, and then we will go back to where we were, right? So suppose I had an equation like this, x squared. What's a good equation that we could factorize? X squared minus 5x minus 6. So I told you to write down where's A, write down where's B, write down where's C, multiply A by C, and B is minus 5. Then we need to get two numbers. When multiplied, will give you A by C, and when added, will give you B. So we break it up real quick. Minus 6 by 1, 1 by minus 6, 3 by minus 2, minus 2 by 3. Then let's check and see which of these, all of these will give me minus 6, right? But which of these will give me minus 5, right? This wouldn't work when I add it. When I add these two, I wouldn't get minus 5. Minus should have been here. When I add this, I wouldn't get minus 5, but when I add this, I'll get minus 5. So I'm going to replace minus 5x with minus 6 and positive 1. So I'll get x squared. So I've taken up this, and I'm going to replace minus 5x with minus 6x plus 1. Right? I put in the plus 1x first, and then I put in the minus 6x after. I'm going to factorize. In the first case, they both have x in common. I'll get x plus 1. And here, they both have minus 6 in common. So I'm going to factor out minus 6. You'll be left with x plus 1. They both have x plus 1 in common. So you could factor out x plus 1. And you'll be left with x minus 6. Right? That's what we did last day. And then I told you that if you had to solve this quadratic, all we have to do now is take the two factors, x plus 1, make it equal to 0, x minus 6, make it equal to 0. So you'll get x is minus 1 here, x is positive 6. Right? So technically, we went into solving quadratics as well last week. Okay? So today we're going fully into solving. So head up solving equations, right? We're going fully into solving equations today. Right? And what you will notice is that when we're trying to solve something, we're technically trying to make x the subject. Right? We're trying to make x the subject of the formula. So there are some rules that we need to remember when we're solving. Right? I will use these rules for now. When you have a plus sign, and the plus sign moving across the equal sign, it becomes a minus. When you have a minus, and the minus moving across the equal sign, it becomes plus. If you have a multiplication, and you're moving the multiplication across the equal sign, it becomes divide. If you move a divide across the equal sign, it becomes multiplied. Okay? And one more. If you have a something squared, and you move this something squared across the equal sign, it becomes square root, and vice versa. Okay? All right, so make a note of that. And I want you to remember what solving is, right? Solving is basically making x the subject. All right, copy that down and let us try a few. Right, let's start. So we'll start with some easy ones. Let's say I gave you 2x minus 1 is equal to 5. Right, all is a solvent, so you're trying to make x is the subject, right? What you will notice here is that what we have here is an equation. We can only solve equations. So basically, it must have an equal sign. So it must be equal to something. This by itself is called an expression. So this by itself here is called an expression, right? But when you include the equal sign, right? When you include the equal sign, it becomes an equation. So by itself is an expression. But when it equals to a numerical value, then it becomes an equation. Okay, so how do we solve that? Well, in order for us to solve it, we need to get x by itself, right? So right now we have 2x minus 1 is equal to 5. So to get x by itself, we're going to move the minus 1 first. Then we're going to move the 2 across, right? So let's move the minus 1 across. We can't move the 2 first because the 2 is multiplied by the x. We can move the minus 1 first. When you move the minus 1 across the equal sign, it becomes plus. So that'll be 2x is equal to 6. Now we have multiplied by 2. So when you move multiplied by 2 across the equal sign, it becomes divided by 2. So your answer is 3. You're okay with that? Copy it down. Let's go again. All right. Let's go again. Copy it down. All right, so let's go again. So you have 3x plus 2 is 11. When you move plus 2 across the equal sign, it becomes minus 2. So 3x is equal to 9. When you move the multiplied 3 across the equal sign, it becomes divide. Or what we could do is we could divide both sides by minus 3. Okay, cancel. X is equal to 3. Right, so it have different ways you could do it, right? Watch this here as well. Let me show you this next way as well, right? What you could also do, you want to make x a subject, right? So you want to get rid of the 2. So if you want to get rid of plus 2, you're minus 2. You could do the same thing on the next side. Whatever you do on the left side, do it on the right side. So you will end up with 3x plus 0 is equal to 9. Then you want to get rid of 3, multiply 3, so you divide both sides by 3. X is 3. Right? So you have different ways you could do it, but you get the same answer. Okay, let's go again. Let's keep solving. So if you look at this example here, right? If you look at this example here, we can't just carry across the 3 and thing as yet. The first thing we have to always do is we should always bring like terms together. So try to bring like terms together. So let's bring the x's on the left side, because normally what you're solving for is on the left side and everything else on the right side. Okay, So I'm going to carry across plus 2x across the equal sign. So that plus 2x becomes minus 2x. And I'm going to carry across plus 3 across the equal sign. That plus 3 will become minus 3. So once it moves across the equal sign, the sign will change, right? So you'll end up with 2x on this side and 4 on this side. So 2x is 4, we can divide by 2, divide by 2. X is 2. Okay? Any questions there? Try number 4. Let's see what you get. Message your answers, huh? For number 4. No, solve for x. Yeah, so solve for x, right? Not 2x. All right, let's see what you got. Right, so first thing, bring all the x's together. So that's minus 5x, carry across the 8. So you'll get 2x is 14, divide both sides by 2, x is 7, right? Good job. Right, very good. 10 people got 7, very, very good. Right, so good. I'm glad you all do it that way. Nice, man. Let's make it a little harder since everybody, well, most people who message get it right. Let's see if Kamani sent anything, yeah? Yeah, man, Kamani send me something. Right, so here's what I'm gonna do, same principle, right? But the first thing you have to do is, tell me what's the first thing you have to do actually? What's the first thing you have to do there? Right, expand the brackets and then work it out. Very good. Do that for me. Good. So any answers? Okay, let's see what you got. So you multiply 3 by x, that's 3x. 3 by minus 2, that's minus 6. Then I'm multiplying the bracket here, 4 by x, that's 4x, 4 by 3, 12. Bring all the x's together. So when I bring the x on this side, I'll get minus 4x. When I carry across the minus 6, I'll get plus 6. Okay, so this will be minus x is equal to 18, or divide both sides by minus 1. X is equal to negative 18. Right? Not positive 18 or be careful there. Right? It's negative 18. Right? Because it's minus x is 18, so carry across the minus x. All right, let's go again. Let's try one more like that, huh? It might be a fraction and thing, it don't matter. I'm not sure where you will get there. Try this one. Expand it out properly, bring your like terms together, and then solve for x. Please remember, you only change the signs when you cross the equal sign, right? If you're not crossing the equal sign, then don't change it. Right, message your answers. 1 minute again. All right, keep messaging. Just let me check it and see if it's right. All right, let's check this out. Let's see what you got. Right, so you multiply this out. 4 by 2 is 8x. 4 by minus 3 is minus 12, right? Here's, you gotta be careful. Minus 2 by x, that's minus 2x. Minus 2 by positive 4 is minus 8. Is equal to 10. Bring the x's together, that's 8x minus 2x. I don't have to change the sign, right? Because the minus 2 is already on the left side. I'm moving across the minus 12 and the minus 8 to get plus 12 plus 8. Right? So this is what? 6x. 6x is 20 plus 10 is 30. Divide both sides by 6 and I'll get x is 5. Right? Nice job. X is 5. Okay, let's go again. So let's change it up now, right? You'll probably get comfortable here. Let's change it up now and create some fractions, right? So the people are seeing some bad and some answers here. So the mistake you'll probably made again is the sign, right? I did wrong. Okay, that's all right. Let's go again with a sign, right? Okay, let's go again. 3, 4, 5, 6. So all I'm going to do now is I'm just going to introduce a fraction. X minus 1 over 4. Do I make it? Yeah, man, let me make it hard one time. 2x plus 3 over 2. Let's make it equal to something like 5. Right. How do we handle things like this? Right? So what I want you to focus on is focus on the left-hand side. When we did simplification, how did we simplify things like this? Right. Technically, like you use the cross multiplication, right? So here we're gonna do. We're gonna focus on the left side. Right? So how do we simplify the left side? There's what we did a few times. 4 by 2. Then 2 by x minus 1 plus 4 by 2x plus 3. Right? So this by this, then this by this, and then this by this. Okay? And then work it out. So that'll be 2x minus 2 plus 8x plus 12 all over 8 is equal to 5. Let's make the numerator look a little bit nicer. 2x plus 8x is 10x. Minus 2 plus 12 is 10 over 8. Okay, so I simplify the left-hand side and it's now 10x plus 10 on 8 is equal to 5 on 1. Now, we need to be able to solve for x. So when you reach here now, you have two fractions. You have a fraction here and a fraction here. Two fractions separated by equal sign. So now you cross multiply. So you multiply 8 by 5 and 1 by this. So it's 1 by 10x plus 10 and 8 multiplied by 5. So that'll be 10x plus 10 is equal to 40. you'll get 10x is equal to, move across 10, you'll get 40 minus 10, which is 30. So 10x is equal to 30, then divide everything by 10, and you will get x is 3. So this is a lot more working compared to the others, huh? Right, I'm gonna show it over again. I'm gonna show you it again, right? First thing, we kind of, on the left-hand side, we can simplify the fraction into 1, right? So we kind of do the, I don't like to say cross multiplying because this is really cross multiplying here, right? But we do the crossing technique and you work it out. 4 by 2 is 8, 2 by x minus 1, 4 by 2x plus 3. We focus on the numerator here and simplify it out. You'll get 2x minus 2 plus 8x plus 12. Bring the x's together, you get 10x minus 2 plus 12, you get 10. And then when you have a fraction on the left side and a fraction on the right side, that's when you cross multiply. So 8 by 5, 1 by that. And then you multiply it out and simplify it. And we got x is 3. Okay, so it's a lot more working. Let's see if we could get, let's see if we could get one here. X plus 1 over 5 plus x plus 3 over 2. Let's say that that's equal to 4. Try this, please. Take your time and do over the same steps as the last one, right? All right, send some more. It mightn't be the nicest answer. Might get fractions something. In the waiting room, I didn't see anybody. Oh no, yeah, okay. Right, so we're going through the first step. 5 by 2, that's 10. Then 2 by x plus 1. And then 5 by x plus 3. All of that is equal to 4. Right, we're going to make the numerator a little bit nicer. So that'll be 2x plus 2 plus 5x plus 15 all over 10 is equal to 4 over 1. Right? Add the 2x and the 5x, that's 7x. Add the 2 and the 15, that is 17. All over 10 is equal to 4 over 1. Right? Now we have two fractions, equal sign in the middle, so we could cross multiply. Right? So I'm going to multiply 7x plus 17 by 1. And I'm going to multiply 10 by 4, which is 40. Carry across 17, that'll give you 7x is 40 minus 17. So 7x is 33. Why am I looking wrong there? No, sorry, that shouldn't be 33. That should be 23. So x is equal to 23 and 7. Well, if you want to break it up, 3 and 2 sevens. All right. So what you will recognize here is that we have to include every single thing that we learned from simplification straight down to solving. Okay. Copy it down. Let's go again. I didn't get plenty answers. I'll assume that one give you trouble. I'm gonna give you a next one. Let's get some more answers here, right? Any questions on this one? Watch it back. Right? Check and see which part you're not too sure about. Feel free to ask. All right, let's go again. Anybody writing? All right, please, I would like to get 33 answers here, right? I'm gonna just write down who given my answers. All right, let's go again. X minus 2 over 3 plus x plus 1 over 4 is equal to 6. Try that, please. Same procedure, right? Try that, please. Nice. Answers rolling in. Waiting on some more. Send them, come. Send them, come, Everton Blender. Nice. They're all looking the same. Strange. Strange. We hope they're all correct. Two minutes again. And then we'll take a look at it, right? So the next thing that we had to be able to solve after this is solve simultaneous equations. All right, let's go. Let's see what you got. How much answers I have? 16. I need some more. Come on, Olia. Last minute. All right, so let's go. All right, first thing, let's focus on the left-hand side. 3 by 4 is 12. 4 by x minus 2. 3 by x plus 1. Right? We're leaving the 6 on the right side, right? Multiply it out, you'll get 4x minus 8. 3x plus 3 all over 12 is equal to 6 over 1. 3x plus 4x, that's 7x. Minus 8 plus 5 is minus 5 over 12. Right? So that's 7x minus 5 over 12 is equal to x over 1. Cross multiply, you'll get 7x minus 5 by 1 is equal to 6 by 12. So this is 7x minus 5 is equal to 72. Right? Carry across the 5 now. You'll get 7x is equal to 72 plus 5. 7x is 77. So divide both sides by 7 and you'll get x is 11. Yolanda, you was real close there. Come on, you just check it back. Oh, you see it? Okay, good. Somebody see a mix-up? See a little mistake? Yeah? Okay, so that's the way you solve, right? That's generally the way you solve equations. Right? I'm going to push you a little bit today because I want to do solving simultaneous one time. Right? So next week when we come, we will target a whole set of past papers, right? God willing, we'll be back to face next week, right? So I want to do a couple of past papers. I want to do a lot of past papers next week. So I want to show you the principle behind solving simultaneous today one time. Okay? So generally, this is what most of your solving will look like. The next type of equation you have to solve is, copy this one down. We had to solve equations with two variables, x and y. Copy this down fast. Right, again, some people did not send me answers. Eden, Ashton is send my answer. Hold on, let me go back and check if Severe and Ashton send any answers. Severe sent his answer. Okay, so sorry, Severe. But Mr. Ashton didn't send anything. Ashton, what are you doing? And Mr. Ashton, what are you doing? Okay, but send my little message now. You just saw your mistake. Okay, but you saw your mistake, right? Okay. All right. All right, let's go again. Right, so this time I want to show you how to solve something simultaneously. Okay, all right, Adam. Right, I want to show you how to solve simultaneously. Sometimes you're going to get equations like this: 3x plus 2y. 3x plus 2y is 4. And then you will magically see a next equation underneath. 2x plus 5y is 11, let's say. And the way to solve that. So how are you going to solve that? X and y, you can't add it, right? No, can't do that. So all we could really do is, if we could get x alone or y alone, then we could solve it. So we had to find a way to get rid of this y or get rid of the x. So the technique quite simple. What you just do is just find a way to eliminate x or y. So to make it simple and to make it always work, here's what you can do. You could try to add these two equations or subtract these two equations by trying to make the value in front here for one of them the same. Okay, and I'm going to show you how to do it, but I want to give you a proper example, right? So let's take a look at simultaneous equations. All right, so I'll show you by an example. The example I'm going to show you for now is the elimination method. Okay, nice to show you remember something, man. So 2x plus 3y is 5. Let's say we have 4x plus 2y, right? 4x plus 2y is 6. Right, so how do we do this elimination method? Right, how do we do this elimination method? So here what you will do. The first thing you're going to do is we need to get the value in front of the x coefficients of x or y the same. So the easiest thing that you could do is take this number here and multiply the second equation by that number. Then take this number here in front of the x and multiply the first equation by it. And what you're going to happen? If I multiply every single value by 4, I'm going to get 8x plus 12y is equal to 20. So I'm multiplying every single term by 4. Where the 4 came from? The 4 came from right here. And I'm going to do the same thing underneath. I'm going to multiply every single term here by this value. So 2 by 4x is 8x. 2 by 2y is 4y. 2 by 6 is 12. Good. All the hard work finished. The next step, you just minus in those two equations. And magically, the x will cancel off. 8x minus 8x is 0. 12 minus 4y is 8y. 20 minus 12 is 8. And we're good to go. We have 8y. 0 plus 8y is 8y, right? 8y is equal to 8. Now I can divide both sides by 8. So I know y is 1. So I solve part of the equation. I know what y is. But how do I solve for x? Right? I need to know what x is and what y is. So watch how easy. When y is equal to 1, all we have to do is plug in y is 1 into any of the equations that you have. I will just go with the first equation. So when y is 1, so why couldn't you have just multiplied the first equation by 2? Yeah, that's an option as well. That's an option as well. Severe, that's an option as well. I could have also done that. But the reason I'm showing you this method is that this method will work all the time. You don't have to figure out what number to use. Okay? So I'm showing you this because this method will work all the time. In this example, yes, you could have multiplied the first equation by 2. Okay? But the method I'm showing you will work regardless of what numbers you get. Right? What I was saying there? Right, so I'm going to put y as 1. So I have 2x plus 3y is 5. So I'm going to put y as 1. And I will get 2x plus 3 is 5. I'll get 2x's. 5 minus 3. I'll get 2x's 2. Then I'll divide by 2. And I'll get x is 1. So my answer is x is 1, y is 1. Right? Put the x value first, right? And then put the y value. And that's it. That's the solution for this. Okay, copy it down. And I'm going to give you one to try here. Copy it down. For those who not, in case you don't remember what I said, write it down in words, right? Write it down in words. The value in front of x, you're multiplying the equation above in it, right? So if this is equation 2, you're multiplying the equation 1 by 4, and you're multiplying the equation 2 by 2. So can you repeat how to get x? My mom did call me on something. All right. So all you have to do, how to get the x value? Just take y as 1 and put it into any of the equations. So I chose this equation here and I put y as 1. Right? When I put y as 1, I get 3 by 1 is 3. Carry across the 3. 5 minus 3, 2. Right? And I get 2x is 2. And then I divide both sides by 2. Okay? Copy it down and let's just try one now. Let's try one. No problem. I don't want to eat no popcorn. Just take your time when you're adding, right? Take your time when you're adding the equations. Anybody writing so? All right, let's go again. Oh, writing. Go ahead. Come on, you finish, right? Sorry, I was talking to myself earlier. So try this next one here. 5x plus 2y is 12. 3x plus 7y is 13. Okay, try it, please. Right, remember you have to message both answers, right? The x and the y value. All right, so let's go. So we multiply this equation by this value here. So multiply by 3. That'll give you 15x plus 6y is 36. Underneath now, multiply by positive 5. Right? So that'll be 15x plus 35. Yeah. 15x plus 35 is equal to 50 plus 75. Right? So that'll be 75, right? So next step, minus them. This is 0. 6 minus 35 is minus 29. Oh, 65. Yeah. Thank you. Sorry about that. Let's do 50 plus 15. Right? 6 minus 35 is 29y. Now we have 36 minus 65. That is 29 again. So that's minus 29. Divide both by minus 29. Don't forget the minus sign. You'll get y is 1. And then you write here, when y is 1, you're going to get 5x plus 2 by 1 is 12. So 5x plus 2 is 12. 5x is 12 minus 2. 5x is 10. X is 2. And that's it. You write your answer 2, 1. All right. So good. So that is the way you solve equations.